Hello. Good morning. Whoa. Hey, Robert.
Hello.
Whoa.
Good morning.
Let me turn that down. Right there. Morning, Igor. Good morning, Linda. Morning, Marion. Or evening. Ouch. Okay. All right, guys. Whoa. Whoa.
Ouch.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right, guys.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Whoa.
What's happening?
Okay.
Ah. Okay. Whew. Okay. Linda, yeah, I'm using paint, but markers are good too, because we're still following the same ideas from last time, where we're just trying to simplify everything down into like 3 values or so with these landscapes. So if you have 3 different color markers, then it should be good. Hey Kareem, 9 p.m. All right, yeah, we got people from all over the world today. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Marion, we're using pastels, so I'm sorry, but no, we're still on paint today. But you guys can use pencil or marker or whatever you have. We're just doing the same idea. I mean, the important thing is the simplification of our values and grouping of our values. And when I say grouping, I just mean we want to make it like a coloring book almost, where it's like 1, 2, 3, and just have these giant shapes that are completely like filled in with one value, and then work from there. But anyway, I think my let me check here. Let me do a little image check. Sorry guys, I got a little bit of a late start today, but I want to just make sure the colors are good. And we'll put this right here. Okay. Yeah, I'm streaming every day, same spot here at 11 a.m. PST. But all right. So the yeah, Move Tech. Hello. Cool. Wow, we have a big group today. Awesome. You guys are actually on time. Doing a good job fixing your tardiness, professionalism, all of that good stuff. So today, let's look at some pictures. We have a landscape photo album here. I think all these pictures up here are from Charlie McGowan, and then I got some pictures in here too, and Manu put some in. So yeah, feel free to add some pictures if you guys want. Yesterday we did a castle in, where was it? Was it in Slovakia, or it was somewhere, and Robert had just happened to be there that day or something, which was insane, and he posted this picture he took himself. Yeah, so here we go. Let's pick up a nice picture. I'm going to try to find something sort of simple. And again, guys, the idea is the same for any medium. The cool thing about this way of drawing is that you can do the same idea for any medium, and hopefully the theory behind it will help you no matter what you're drawing with. Okay, maybe this one. Let's try this one. Hi Martin, how's it going? Okay, so this one you definitely see like a nice clear breakup of values, right? We've got maybe all of this green can be all together as one value. All of the white river can be one value, and then all the shadow, right? And then the sky. Maybe the river and the sky are pretty similar in value, so you could actually group these two together and treat them the same. So let's say we have 1, 2, 3 values here. Maybe 4 if we count the shadow of the water is different from the shadow of the mountain or of the land. But yeah, so we're gonna try to, again guys, I don't want to see when you're filling in this whole area here, all one single value, and then we go from there. So don't get yourself caught up in little details and little shadows and and bushes and this and that. Just fill the entire thing in as a giant shape. Okay? Alright, so here we go. I'm doing thumbnails here on my page that are not too... I'm just splitting the page in half, I guess. This way. Let me show you. About that size. And you can go smaller if you're drawing, but for the paint, I think I need a little bit more space for the paint to breathe. But anyway, so here we go. Let me set the timer. I think I'm gonna do like 7 minutes here. Enter. And why is my timer so huge? Oh my god. No. Giant timer. Okay. Let's leave this here. No! Okay. Alright, Robert's got another castle, so we can check that out after this. But okay, very simple. And also with your drawings, be as simple as possible. So we're not trying to win any plein air award or anything. This is like a simple toddler drawing here. Okay. Because we don't have that much time. Alright, I think that's it for the drawing for me. And I'm gonna ignore everything else. Just big, simple shapes. Marion, we're training for the Olympics, but right now we're doing exercise. So we'll make a better drawing for the Olympics for sure. For now, keep it simple. Yeah, guys, we're training for the drawing Olympics here, and it's gonna be a long road, but I think in the end it'll be worth it. So I'm gonna get a bunch of paint, and I'm putting in the green first because I think that's sort of the biggest shape that I can do. And check this out, I'm totally ignoring everything. Okay, actually this needs to be darker. I'm going to ignore all the little bits and pieces and shadows and bushes and just completely blast it in. Even all these shadows right here on the little rocks, ignore everything. This brush, I don't know about this brush. Oh, zoom out. That's it, man. That's the whole thing. Oh, zoom out on the camera. Oops. My bad. Okay, we got 3 minutes now. And what do we have here? So there's a pretty light sky. So let me go really super light. Yeah, my green is too green, huh? Should be more yellow. And then let's go really dark here for the side of the shadow. 2 minutes left. Could maybe start to put in some shadows here. Okay, and then now I have 2 minutes, so I really need to get that water shadow in. So that'll be like our last real big value. So here's the water shadow. I'm just going to completely fill that in. And then now what? We got 1 minute, so what's next? Maybe build this out a little bit. I feel like my grass color is not very good. I'm going to try that. $50 seconds. Maybe some of that water, like top highlight watercolor, just some white paint, kind of get that in there. And then leave the white for all the the water foam on the waterfalls. Okay, I feel like that kind of came together at the end-ish. God damn, okay. Cool, so you guys get the idea? We're just making giant, big-ass shapes of one color and stick to that. And then you gotta fill up the entire picture first with all your huge, giant shapes. And then after that, we can dive into smaller details if you have more time. But it's kind of like you gotta have a foundation there first before you add in all the little stuff. So, all right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see which one's next. Oh yeah, Robert has a nice castle for us. I think he said I should refresh this. Right? Here we go. More castles from Robert. Can I zoom in on this? Doesn't let me zoom. It is a zoom oh, there we are. Okay, so this one, let's take a quick look at it, and I could say that all of this junk here were the trees, and including all the rocks under the trees plus the trees are really close in value, which is great for us because that means we can be a little lazy and just treat all of this the same, all of it, including the rocks. Okay, even this little tiny highlight here, I might leave a little sliver for that, but maybe not. We might be able to get away with just covering up this whole entire thing. and then the castle kind of, I mean, yeah, there's different light. There's a light side and a shadow side on it, but we could kind of treat it all as maybe the light side first. We can block it all in with the light color, and then add the shadows after, because I feel like the shadows are pretty tiny compared to the overall gray feeling of the castle. And then all the light will be the background. So we got a nice simple breakup here. And just make sure you treat it very, very simply like that. Don't leave any white. So there should be no white stuff down here. It should be all pretty dark, completely filled in. Okay, I don't want to see any like splotchiness, any little pockets of rocks or bumps or scribbles. Okay, just make it all very, very simple. Okay, so here we are. It has some long ass caves. Okay, dang, that would be cool to see. All right, so here we are. And we are here. Okay guys, so remember, just keep this ultra simple. We only need like 3 values here, and fill in the entire shape in that one value. Like this whole castle, I'm gonna fill it all in together. So you could even just like draw the silhouette of it very simply. Again, we're doing like little toddler. Make a toddler drawing. Don't make a, I don't know, here. Okay, so we can, I think that's pretty much it here. We might leave a little bit of space for this highlight on the bushes, but okay. So here we go. I can't find my favorite brush. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. Use this one. All right, I'm gonna go for the biggest. Actually, no. Let me do the castle first. It's kind of a grayish, brownish. A little bit of white. And I know there's lots of different colors and values in here, but I'm gonna shut off my brain for a second and just make it all together. Just shut off your brain for 1 minute. Put it together because we only have 4 minutes left. Okay, good. So the whole thing is in, right? Now we're done. Now we can put in the sky maybe. And again, I want the entire, I want to just blast in the whole thing together in one shot. Yeah, the other thing with painting is like if you do things very splotchy and in lots of different, or you let's say you paint a little bit of the sky here and then another, then you wait for it to dry and you paint a bit more later, then it starts to get really, disjointed and splotchy and stuff. It's usually nice if you can sort of do most of it all at the same time. And that color looks really nasty. Sorry, let me get back in here with a better color. God. Damn it. 2 minutes. Okay, so at this rate, I'm not even going to have time to go into any detail for the castle, so it's a good thing we just blasted it in the beginning. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of just yellow here on the edges of the trees, that we're going to leave that yellow as the highlight, right? Oops. Okay, so that's the highlight of the tree, and then we're going to need a dark yellow or a dark green. No, pretty dark for, let me go darker. Damn it, this is way too fast for me. Okay, I'm going real dark on the green. Maybe too dark there. Now I'm leaving some of that yellow there. Alright, and then we could go a little bit neutral, a little bit more neutral, brownish for the bottom. Oh my god, colors. 50 seconds. Okay, I need a little bit of red. Okay, so at least we covered all of our ground with some sort of a idea of value, right? And there's no splotchiness here. There's no like whites and blacks bouncing around and like really confusing. So we want it to be super obvious, super simple, super easy to look at. Okay, good. If you had more time, would you put the white part of the castle in last? So if I had more time from this point, from this stage, I can still add all the whites and all the details and the rocks and everything. It's the nice thing is we have all these basic values to judge our next values by. So I feel like when we add in the whites, they'll be way more accurate than if we had done the whites first and then added the brown around the whites, and then it would just get way too overwhelming and noodly, I feel like. So yeah, can't wait for a college to create a local sketchbook. That would be awesome. You guys should. And yes, it is really easier than it seems, right? This is super easy. We're doing these in like 7 minutes. Not bad, right? Okay, so let's keep going. And I feel like if you can manage these little studies, then you can do way more complicated stuff just as easily. Because, like I said, once we have these main values in, then we just keep, you can take all of this shadow value and do the same exercise where you break the shadow value into 3 very similar or 3 different groups. So I could say, oh, now I want to make the rocks in the shadows a separate group from the green in the shadows, and then I could do the really dark darks in the rocks as a separate group, and you can just keep organizing and like drilling down into each value and making it more and more specific. But it's just about organizing and figuring out what you can put together. And the order that you do things is so important. So you know, if I were to start this painting from something very specific like the windows and try to build the painting out, it's so much more difficult. It's almost impossible to when you're doing things backwards. Okay, so next, let me see if there's any other stuff here. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. You know, tempera colors, I think it's a little bit different. I think the binder is different from gouache, but I'm not totally sure. I'm not really a paint expert, but I think you can do, I mean, like I said, you can do this with any type of paint or any medium, even pencil or markers. You can still do the same idea. We're just organizing. So, all right, next, this one's from Manu. Let's try this one. So yesterday, guys, a lot of you guys were getting this pretty well, but also I saw a lot of the same mistakes over and over again, where we were kind of missing some of these really simple big picture value shapes. So today I want you guys to really focus on what is the biggest group that I can make and how much stuff can I ignore. The trick is you have to be ignoring a lot of little details in the picture in order for this to work. Okay, you can't do everything in the picture. So you got to ignore all the little tiny variations that you see and put them all together. It's kind of counterintuitive because you feel like, oh, if I'm going to make an amazing painting or an amazing drawing, I have to get every little detail in there so that it's the best that it can be, right? But really, when you look at these crazy painters, and if you go really close up to their paintings in the museum or wherever, you see that the strokes, they're not painting exactly reality. They're doing like a weird simplification dance. I don't know. So they're really good at tricking you into thinking that they're painting everything, but they're not. Okay, this is a pretty cool photo. I don't know where this is. Looks like, what's his name? Deep Throat from Watergate or something. I don't know. Okay. Timer, here we go. Okay, here we go again. Let's see, what's the biggest, baddest shapes we can do? There's probably this really neon green. Would be good to get in there. Right, and it gets really dark back there. I'm going to try to do that while it's wet because we might be able to get a gradient or a softer transition while it's wet, hopefully. Okay, let me get the sky in there before it gets too crazy. So that's like, what, 2 values so far, and here's number 3. Nice purple. Then it becomes green towards the bottom and then orange. Green and then orange. Where's the orange? Oh, that's ugly. Okay. So now, I think the dark stuff could definitely be a bit darker, and hopefully that'll make the light stuff pop out more. So I'm just gonna go in with black. Two minutes. There's some pretty dark greens in here too. One minute. Ugh, it's pretty nasty. Okay, 30 seconds. I guess I'll try to put in the figure. I feel like this one's kind of, I'm not really getting this one. Maybe a little bit of highlight. I should just use 2 brushes. Why am I? Okay, that's it, I guess. I did my best. But yeah, I totally ran out of time for all this detail in here. Maybe I could have simplified it more. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely too bright here. But, I mean, at least once you have all the values down on the page, you can see where all your mistakes are, kind of, and see what's too bright, what's too dark. Just mess around with it. Okay. Why did you not go into black, black, black first? I think I was trying to get this gradient here on the ground to make it soft. So I was trying to go like mid-tone to blend into the light. Because I feel like if it was black, 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 it might have been too harsh there. So I was trying to go mid-tone and then darks after. But I don't know. I think I kind of failed on this one. Yeah, it is pretty dark back there. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Hope you guys did better on that one than me. All right, next. If there's nothing else, then I'll just pick one here. Let's try. I think this one will be pretty simple. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Timer. We should definitely be able to get this in 7 minutes, right? So this is somewhere in Iceland, I think. Again, we're doing like a toddler level drawing here. Just keep it very, very simple. And there's some little bits like these little details like the white and the fence posts and tiny shadows and stuff, but we're gonna ignore all that first. And maybe from what I see here, there's one value for the blue, one value for the clouds, maybe one value for the shadow of the mountain in its entirety, and one value for all of the light side of the mountain. So here we go. So just to get it clear once and for all, when you put in the first colors, you put in the ones that you don't have to mix, or the lightest one, even if you have to mix. I do like to put in the purest colors first, like, you know, the brightest and purest, most saturated kind of a color, because once we start mixing stuff, it's going to become more and more muddy, you know. So, and yeah, so I mean, like when your brush is really clean and everything is clean, you want to put in like the sky probably. So maybe I should do the sky first here. Igor just did one-handed parental unit hardcore mode painting with his face, painting behind his back, no looking, blindfolded painting. Alright, so the sky, let's put it in here. I'm doing it really watery because I want the sides of the clouds to blend into the sky, so I can do that by just being pretty watery. And then the clouds are going to be super, super, super watery. And a little bit purple, a little bit more red. That's too dark. And you can leave a little bit of white on the edges maybe. Or probably on near the top right of the clouds is the lightest. And then the rest just make it slightly darker. Okay, and then the mountains. Okay, yeah, let's do the light part first, and then we can put the shadow over that. So again, ignore everything. Don't need any of that. Just ignore it all. And then here we can go darker over top. Two minutes, but I'm feeling good. I think we're doing okay here. This is actually kind of confusing because there's all these shadows coming from the clouds that are all over the place, so it's kind of jumping around a lot. But let me try to simplify. Okay, 1 minute, and maybe we can start to go really dark in certain areas, like the shadow in between the cracks here. Back here on the left side. Seconds. Maybe some color in like this orange color could be cool. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe we don't have time for that. Okay, there it is. Oh, okay. And if I had extra time, I would maybe put in the tiny little white things here. Or if you have a white pencil or a white pen or something, that would probably be a better way to do it. Okay, cool. Keep going here. Can try this one. So if you're just joining us, we're doing these studies all together. And it's okay if you don't have paint, just you can do this with pencil or marker or pen. But the idea is we're trying to make it as simple as possible by grouping all of these big giant shapes in value together. So for example, this ground, instead of painting, like brown, and then there's a lighter brown, and then there's rocks, and then there's shadows of the rocks, and then there's slight green, we ignore all of this information here, and we treat it all as one brown shape. And then same thing with all the white in here for the ice glaciers. There's tons of little tiny shadows and formations and shapes, and there's just an infinite amount of detail in the ice, but we're going to treat it all as one giant, like light blue grayish shape. Okay, and then same thing here with the mountains. There's lots and lots of detail. There's little scratches. There's different types of rock. There's grass. There's brown, but in order to complete this in 7 minutes, we have to completely ignore all of that, and let's just make it all one giant brownish greenish shape. Okay, so we're going around and simplifying. So here we go, 7 minutes, and yep, join in. Okay, there's that side. Okay, then that's my drawing. It's a really, really simple. It's kind of like, you know, just a guideline. Linda says, are these your warm-ups before doing bigger compositions? Actually, well, I usually work only like 4x6 maximum, but for those ones, I start off exactly the same way. I do a very, very simple drawing, and then very, very simply lay in all the values. And then when I have extra time, then I can go into each shape and define them more. So I can go into this mountain and say, okay, now there's different values for the green, and then there's different values for all the exposed rock, and I can get this gradient in. So it's like you have to get the main idea in first, and then you can develop all the little tiny subplots and extra stuff if you have time. But it starts out the same way. So and this is definitely the most important part, like the very beginning of the painting, where you're getting the main idea out there. That's the toughest part, and that's what we're working on now to try to like get used to that process. And I feel like if you can do this and you can break down these really complicated scenes into very simple, digestible pictures, then you can do anything. That's it doesn't matter how complicated it is, as long as you can keep it manageable for yourself. Okay, so that's all the sky that I see. And then maybe I'll just fill in a bunch for the clouds. Here, the clouds are like more purplish, grayish. But they're definitely not white. I think the ice is actually brighter than the clouds. So I'm gonna make sure the clouds are dark enough so that we can tell that the ice is brighter. So that's the other thing, guys. Since we only have like 4 different values here, we have to definitely make sure that the relationships are accurate. So it's really subtle, but the clouds are a little bit darker than the ice. And I need to make that obvious. Okay, and then here's the brown stuff for the ground. It's okay if it's not perfect. I might adjust this later, make it darker possibly, but okay, so that's that. I'm gonna leave the water till later, actually, I think, or actually no. Maybe put some reflections in since we have the value there already. Okay, and then the background mountains are pretty bluish. I'm going to just try this out and see what it looks like. Got 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so I definitely need to hurry up here. Okay, back here is even bluer. And a little bit purple. Kind of screwed that up. But it's okay. And then this thing, yeah, let's just put it in here. Okay, so now we can actually see a picture, sort of, right? It looks like something, and that's great. Even though it's not totally accurate, we can work from here and see, like, okay, we need to define the water probably. So down here in the water, we have a reflection of that mountain. and put that in there. And I think my values are pretty off for this stuff, but it's okay because the relationships are working, I think. Okay, 50 seconds. Okay, what can we do in 30 seconds? Maybe a very, very, very light wash for the ice. But the ice was like kind of confusing because there's all these shadows over it everywhere, so it's not super strong. Or obvious what it's doing. But I think that's okay. Oh, I know. I should have put the red guy in there. That would be nice to pop off the whole thing. Mr. Redman. Over here. Okay. Cool. All right, Robert's gonna join in with his 0.5. Very nice. Okay. Kind of want to try this one. Actually, maybe it's good that we have such a tiny thumbnail here. So I'm gonna make this like a very, very wide. Okay. I think my exposure is a little bit too high. Okay. Timer. So I know the picture is really small, but I think this is good to help us ignore details. So here we go. 6 or 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Let's make a nice little toddler drawing. And your drawing doesn't really have to capture everything. Only the big major stuff that you're going to be blocking in. Okay. Alright, no drawing's done. Okay, I'll go for the sky first. Okay, and then a little bit of red, purplish for the clouds, and very, very watery. I love doing clouds. You get to leave all those white highlights everywhere, and it looks really cool, I feel like. And of course, I like to be really watery with clouds because clouds are watery. Okay, 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Let's put in the yellow. Like these lighter colors you can be kind of messy with because the darker colors will kind of, you know, go over them pretty nicely. So you can kind of go outside, over paint, go outside the lines a little bit with the light stuff. Two minutes, 40 seconds. Okay, I need to start moving. So I'm going real dark here on this one. And then the shadow on the far mountain is really blue and a little bit lighter. Actually, it's more blue than that. It's a little bit purple too. 1 minute 30. I think this should be brighter. I'm just adding in white for the back here. 40 seconds. Uh-oh. Right now I'm panicking. And I think I need some like brownish for the ground. Well, in this case I don't have any time to mix up colors, so I'm just going to put some kind of a mid-tone here. Okay, I guess that's it. Kind of missed my mark on this one, but so if I had more time here, maybe could be more accurate with the colors and values and detail this front foreground mountain a little bit. But still have trouble getting these colors right. Okay, let me stop here. Damn it. Maybe. Whoa, shit. No! Brush down. 1 second, guys. Clean up my mess. How are you guys doing? Is anybody dying out here? The Drawing Olympics team having any trouble with these exercises? Let me, I'm gonna wash off my brush for a second. Or actually, let me put another picture first before I go. Nice. Okay, be right back, guys. Okay. Let's see. Hope you guys got a little head start there. Let's see. Oh shit! Of course, I forgot to put water in my bowl. 1 second. Okie dokie. Here we are. Throw this nasty ass tissue away. All right. How are you guys doing? Are you alive? Are your pencils on fire? It's kind of chill, actually. I feel like it's kind of relaxing. Are there any vehicle people in here that are like, no, I refuse to draw anything other than vehicles? Yeah. Anyway. You guys are quiet today. Hola, Mr. Charlie. Are you gonna paint today? Charlie Chive? Okay, where are we? I'm gonna assume that you guys are busy painting and you just want me to shut up and draw, so that's what I'll do. I'll just be here. Alright, well, feel free to join in if you get bored of watching. We're just keeping it very simple. Toddler level here. Yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. I feel like I'm learning a lot, and it seems like everybody's enjoying it, and yeah, just hang out, draw. I feel like I'm much more productive when I'm doing this versus just, working on my own for some reason. Okay. Hey Charlie. Guess here we'll catch up with things later. Okay, see you later. Alright, Igor, that's what I like to hear. Got a nice filthy artist mess. Okay, this one is kind of nice because we have I feel like the entire excavator machine plus all of its shadows are pretty much one value, even though there's variations in the color. At least value-wise, it's close enough to group. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'll just try to make like a really dark yellow, brown. Okay. Alright, going all in on this. We can add in the color variation later, I think. Especially because the ground is going to be a green shadow, so if we add a little bit of blue over the yellow, I think that'll work. You know, I probably should have done this shadow after putting in the ground, but oh well. Okay, that's just like kind of placeholder for now. And then we can put in all the green, the bright green. Yeah, that's going over nicely. Not too much trouble. And then more of a, just kind of more blue in the background. Yeah, Igor, it kind of looks lonely, right? Kind of, but peaceful. It's very peaceful. Robert, so I would put all of the excavator and the shadows of the excavator all together in the middle. And then all the grass and the road and everything looks kind of similar, so you could put all that stuff together. And then you could put the sky together. Kind of screwed this up here. The sky becomes very bright. Oh, time's out already? Ooh, this was a fail. Or did I never start the timer? Maybe I didn't start the timer. Kirk! No! No! Kirk, when are you coming over here? Damn it, I forgot the timer once more. Okay, here we go. So yeah, Robert, I think I'm gonna make this excavator super dark in a second. Let me see. So yeah, basically everything else is like mid-tone, and then the excavator super dark. By the way, guys, Kirk is gonna be here at about 2 p.m. Right, Kirk? And we're gonna do some figure drawing and other shenanigans. So if you guys want to do some more drawing, tune in. Kirk's pretty good at drawing. He is a teacher at Art Center, and he does the figure drawing workshop also. "12 a.m. Yep. Pesky time zones. Always getting in the way. Alright, so we have different colors in the shadows here, but if you're doing pencil, then you can just like variate the shadows a little bit and make one darker than the other. But in general, they're pretty dark, right? Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, if you guys just or actually, how should we do this? Maybe I can make a post on the forum or somewhere, or on the Discord. You guys can add those questions on the Discord if you want. Maybe that's a good place to put them. If you have any questions for Kirk. And the Discord is, let me find it for you. I think it's in the links below. Yeah, the Discord link is in the, I'll just post it here. You can post questions for Kirk. What's it like being a human, Kirk? What is your favorite flavor of human juices? Okay, so that's the general idea of this picture, I feel like. Yeah, definitely. If you guys are here, you ask him questions in the stream. Ask all the hard hitting questions for... okay, I need some orange. I feel like this... this right here becomes pretty orange and bright, actually. I don't know if that worked. "50 seconds, no." Oh shit. Damn it. Damn. Okay. Well, I botched this one. "50 seconds to screw up your painting. Go!" Yeah, this one's kind of cool. It's very simple looking. I kind of like it. Should probably stop touching this. Yes, Linda, we are uploading these to the chat drawing link. Yeah. Should we end this one now or keep doing a couple more? Been going for about an hour and a half. Actually, let's do like 2 more, just bigger ones. I want to try this out just to see how it works. Okay, so I'm just gonna split this page in half. Like this. This is actually pretty big. Ooh, this is gonna be tough if you're using pencil. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got some from Jesse. That's pretty cool. These would be pretty challenging, I feel like. Maybe this one's easy. Oh my god, are you trying to murder us, man? Chill. Chill with oh my god. Paris, Texas? What does Paris, Texas look like? Oh, that's from the movie. I'm gonna save these ones for another day because this is pretty difficult, I feel like. This one, it's very, very subtle. Like the lighting in here is very subtle. Ooh. I feel like this would be good for a really long, maybe a longer session. And Charlie's got some good ones too. Alright, cool. People are trying to murder us here with these buildings. Okay, we're gonna go for this one. But it is pretty complicated, but I feel like this can be simplified pretty easily. We just treat all of this building as one giant sheet of light, and then all that shadow, treat it all together. So, yeah. Where can we send you links? You can just upload your pictures to the landscape. You see the landscape reference folder in the description. Just put your stuff in there. Yeah, Charlie's been everywhere. I think Charlie's like kind of semi-retired. So he's got the perfect artist life. Just travel and draw and paint. Okay. So here we go. Oh, no. Charlie did all these. I just had to move them because he put them all into the chat drawings folder instead. So I had to move them over. And for some reason it like changed the name on it. Anyway. Here we are. Oh, thanks, Charlie. We probably should have done these while he was here. So even though it's bigger, I'm gonna still try to be. Let's give this like 10 minutes maybe. I'm still gonna try to treat it the same way. Very basic toddler shapes. Drawing doesn't have to be complete or anything. We're just, the point of the drawing is to figure out where those big giant values, begin and end. So you can almost like draw outlines of where your values are going to be. And the cars, let's just make them blobs. Something like that. All right, Kirk. Yeah, food sounds good. Let's do it. Oh, thanks, man. Val is a weird name. Okay. As Kirk is heading over, guys. So yeah, you don't want to miss this out if you're if you have the chance to stick around for Kirk. He's like crazy good at drawing figures, especially top of the line stuff, you know what I mean? Top of the line. Okay. So here we are. Only the finest figures, the sharpest of charcoals. Ooh, this is not a nice color. Alright, so this is, the light part is so light. I might just leave it for now and come back to it later. I'm going to go for this shadow. The shadow that comes across the buildings and through to the street, and kind of treat it all as one. There is some light from the cars sitting on the street, but I don't know if it's worth going for that right now. Let me see here. So I'm going to try to mix up like a bluish, purplish shadow. And just start to try to get the whole thing. So yeah, I'm trying to make the biggest possible shadow that I can. Especially when you're working watery stuff, or working with watery stuff, it's nice to get it all together. because when it dries it'll be a little bit more even. The even quality. Oh. Okay, there's definitely like a warmer side to this too. So I'll try to make a warm shadow. Three minutes. No. Shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh boy. Some real-time failure. Oh. The vehicle sketching coming in handy after all. I wish I knew how to handle this paint properly. That would probably help. Oh, this is rough. This is rough. Alright, I'm going to try to put in some washes here. I think I need more time. Sorry, guys. I don't know how's everybody doing, but I am dying here. This is a massacre. Oh. Yeah, let's give this another 4 minutes. Why would you select the blue for the shadow on the building opposed to umber? I mean, on this building over here, I feel like, well, I wanted to get this shadow in as big of a shape as possible, so I'm just kind of like generalizing everything as blue. And then what I'm trying to do now is like go back in and sort of adjust the color after the fact. But in the beginning, I'm trying to get the biggest possible biggest possible shapes. So I don't know if I can, but I'll try to adjust this to be more yellowish and reddish. Oh shit. Yep. And maybe if we're careful with this, the outline of the shadow, we might be able to describe some forms with it. Jeez. Alright, I'm gonna go down the line and try to get this pink building here by just being really, really, really watery. I'm not gonna try to use white paint in this case, because maybe I should. Maybe I should use white paint. But it's really way brighter than that even in the picture. That's almost like 90% white paint right there. Oh shoot. Yeah, it's really tough to get as white as the paper. I mean, actually pretty much impossible. Maybe I could try to get these little things like that. Out of time again. Dang. This is so tough. Ugh. A little bit of yellow. I'm failing again. Yeah, I need more time for this. I greatly underestimated. Okay, let's see. What am I really missing here? There's this blue awning. That's actually very bright as well. Ugh. Man, so this is really a struggle for me right now. I'm kind of lost. Okay, so let me take a second and just look at this and figure out what I need to do. So right now I'm confused. Like when I look at this, I don't know exactly what's going on. There's supposed to be a car over here. It definitely feels much, much darker over here on the left side in the picture. I feel like that's one of the main problems here, and it's also very, very dark here on the shadows of the cars. So maybe I need to get those big main ideas in before I start noodling with anything else. So yeah, this is tougher than I thought it would be. I'm gonna go way, way, way darker on the left here with maybe even some black here and also in here. I feel like I didn't really do this stuff in order. It probably would have been better to like just overall darken everything. Like all of this. With like a mid-tone darkening of everything first. And then you can go back in with all your darks. That. So all this white paper showing through is screwing us up. So I need to get rid of all of that. Put some here. Okay, so the left side feels a little bit better. Should be no white in there. Also probably no white on this side of the street. All the brightest brights are kind of on the right side here. So we definitely need to knock down the left side. Okay. And also underneath this awning here is much, much, much darker than what I have. Okay. It's helping. Some pretty dark stuff over here. This dark stuff here is helping to pop off that blue van. So there's like a dark triangle right here, right on the edge of the van. So that needs to be much darker than the van. Go dark on the van here, here. Now we're adding in more, and I feel like this is working a little bit better. That feels more like it. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's some dark right here. all along this line of cars, like all the shadows of the cars. And also here, this foreground car has the most contrast. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful with this foreground car, or the one that's sticking out into the light, because I want that one to be, that's kind of like the hero car. The other ones can be sort of whatever. I think I cropped this a little bit too. Yeah, I think this is going to be the last one, Marion. I'm kind of, we got to get ready for Kirk coming up next at 2. So I'll wrap it up after this one. Okay. All right. So I'm starting to see now that this car in the front, if we darken up everything around it, that'll be more accurate, and it'll cause the car to pop off a little bit. And then we can make this really sharp little like triangle shadow right here. Triangles are great for shadows. Triangles are my favorite kind of shadow. Oh, it's ugly. Thanks, Charlie. Nice photo. I screwed that up. I probably should have done this before all the darks, but now it's kind of like picking up the other colors and it's okay. I think this looks weird. It kind of looks like a shadow here, this pink. So yeah, I think I'm learning a lot. Even, doing these demos, I'm kind of failing a lot, as you can see. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Just use bucket paint, right? Nice. I'll just add in a couple more of these little shadows, and then we can call it. Really blown out back here, so I want the shadows to be kind of light. And you guys have probably done like 10 hours ago with your sketches, right? If you're drawing. So yeah, let me wrap this up. Oh, okay. Good enough. What is the white I'm using on top? Oh, this is all gouache. This is gouache paint. And okay, cool. 3 markers, super fastly done on these. Okay, guys. So yeah, if you're finished, let's post these up to the chat drawings in the description here, and we can just take a quick look and see how everybody did. So I'm gonna go and upload mine. Let me find my camera. I kind of wish I had more time to do this, but sorry, one second. I'm trying to set up with Kirk. So Kirk and Arthur are actually coming over. Arthur's a background painter too. So yeah, I guess we'll be drawing later, about 2 p.m. So in an hour or so, we'll try to get back on here and do some drawing and painting. Okay, let me put this up here. Well, actually, we don't need to see mine. You guys can. Let's look at your drawings. Go back up here, chat drawings. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Martin. I don't know if Martin's still here, but will that be recorded later? Yeah, that'll be recorded. But cool. Martin's here. Sweet. So he's got is that marker? It looks like marker. Really nice. Damn. This one feels great. Yeah. Really nice, big, giant value groups. I love how this one came out. This one I feel maybe it's a bit bright here. I feel like the gradation was more softer on this edge here between the dark and the light. Yeah, that's nice. This one. It's a little bit confusing because it kind of feels like afternoon, so like there's still sunlight out. This one came out nice. I think you did a really good job breaking down this scene. It's a pretty complicated scene. Maybe the side of the van could be darker. I feel like in the picture we basically only had where is it? The van was dark all through the side, except for the very, very top, and maybe a sliver there. So you could darken up all the side of the van. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. This one's cool too. Sweet. Yeah, this one was definitely one of the most difficult ones, I think. All right, Marion, here we are. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay, so for this stuff here, when we say grouping on this bottom shape, I mean the whole thing. Fill in the entire thing with the same value. Like this darker marker that you put in here should be covering the entire ground here. Same thing with the mountains. That darker marker you put, just blast in the entire shape of the mountains. And then you can try to add in subtlety after that. But basically, when we're making these big shapes, you want to fill them all in. Yeah, this one you did a good job of grouping, so that looks good. Same thing here. There's like a gradient here, so maybe this one could be blended from light to dark here. And this one too Nice work. I feel like you could have grouped the shadows here on the side of the truck or the tractor with the cast shadows and made it all black, and that would have been stronger. And this one's pretty nice. Looks good. This one's nice too. But I think in general, you're starting to get it, the idea of really committing to one value and just treating everything the same. But you're also, it's almost like each section of the painting you're treating as a full value painting in its own. So you're like, I need to have the darkest dark and the lightest light in this little section. And then in this section, I need the lightest light and the darkest dark. And same thing here, you're putting the darkest dark and the lightest light into each and every section, which you need to do that except for the entire painting. So each section will have one value, okay? So that's the idea, guys. Each section has one value. All right, Jesse, nice. I think that's working pretty well. We clearly see that the mountains are separate from the water here and the shadow shape. That I think that works really well. You can instantly tell what's going on here. Same thing with the castle. He's got a big general medium tone for the entire castle, and then later on he went in and added extra details to it, but I think that's fine. And then all the foreground is grouped together, so it's really, really obvious. Okay, and then same thing here. This looks really good. This definitely feels like nighttime, so nice work there. And then this one too. Yeah, you got the strong feeling of shadow across all of these guys. I feel like if you had another value of marker or something, you could have darkened up all this stuff in the middle here just to make it totally separate from the foreground. And then this one, nice work here too. Nice grouping. I feel like this shadow here possibly could have continued across the ground a little bit more and across the cars. But nice work. Very nice, very nice. Robert's got an old car here. He's got his, what is that, the bullet nose. And attempt number 1, attempt number 2. Nice. This one came out really nice. I like how big you're making this shadow here. It's just covering the entire thing. And that's the idea. We're trying to cover a ton of ground with one single value as much as we can. So that's awesome. Oh, this is Hudson. Sorry. Nice. And then these guys are a little bit confusing, but I like that you're making big values here. It's just that maybe the definition of the shapes is getting a bit lost. So I'm not sure which picture this was. Yeah. And nice work with this one. Yep. Definitely see that differentiation between the values. All right. And then here's Igor Kadashkin. Very nice. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think you did really well with these. What can I say? Maybe with this one, possibly the buildings and the sky are becoming a bit close. So make the buildings darker to bring them off the sky, or make the sky lighter. This one works really well, I think. Nice work on the clouds. Those are really nice clouds. Yeah, I like this one. And this one too. Maybe this one I kind of feel similar, where there's a lot of midtones here. And yeah, the background is all midtones, and the background to me feels good. But I feel like the shadows and the excavator could be popping off of the background a little bit more. So maybe like a little bit darker on the excavator, or maybe all the background could have been like one level lighter, just to make it like. This one came out really nice too. I like this one, and that one. Pretty good. I think you've got this grouping stuff down already. Just working on like handling the paint and mixing the colors. So really nice. And then here's Linda. All right, cool. We got markers for Linda. So we're going to have really obvious breakups of value, which is actually kind of helpful for this exercise, because the markers will like force you to make, blast it all in together. So here we've got that whole shape, one value, the entire shape, one value. That's great. Great. And she kept the clouds a little bit lighter than the ice, which is nice. The only thing here is I feel like the water and the ice are sort of like becoming the same thing. So I guess to get, and it was really a little bit tough, but I'm not sure. Maybe some of this blue marker here in the water could have been removed to separate the ice from the water, because right now it looks like the ice is going all the way down and like touching the land over here. This one came out really nice. That looks good. Actually, well, maybe a little bit darker on the yellow. I feel like that yellow of the excavator was pretty close to the shadow. So they should almost be reading as one giant shape of the excavator and the shadow. But yeah, nice work. This one is really cool. It's very swoopy and feels nice. Maybe a little bit maybe you could put this green into these mountains to tone them down a little bit, because that white is really jumping off. Because I don't think there was anything quite that bright on the mountains, at least compared to the clouds. Or the clouds should, anyway, yeah, darken down these mountains a little bit, I think would help. And then this one looks good. That one definitely looks good. Yeah, these are great. Cool. Thanks, Linda. And then here's Alex Binder. And he's grouping these up pretty well. Yeah. Simplifying them too. I like these really, really geometric drawings. That's pretty cool. Yeah, these trapezoid clouds. Awesome. Oh, okay, so you're doing like two versions of each one. I definitely like these cleaner, more simple ones better. I feel like those are nice. Nice work. I love that you're abstracting stuff. Definitely into this geometric thing. And you got the grouping down really well too. Yeah, that's awesome. This is really cool. Yeah, I feel like maybe we could all try to do this next time. Just try to make an abstraction out of the picture and make it super, super simple. Yeah, I like what you did here. This is what I was trying to get everybody to think about, is just treating the excavator and the shadow as one value. Because to me, they were really, really close in value. And it creates this really interesting shape. Wow, okay. That's marker? Interesting. Yeah. Pretty cool. I mean, it's tough to do this kind of scene with marker, maybe, but I think you got it pretty much. Yeah. It's a little bit confusing in certain parts. Maybe this part could be darker. Save the whites for this side of the buildings. And maybe here too could be darker. So basically we're trying to save the whites only for the part that had it. So see how this car is totally gray here? And it's white on the building here. So you gotta definitely make that differentiation in your drawings So we shouldn't be seeing this hood as white. Same, let's see. Yeah, same thing on this side of the building here. Well, I guess there is a little bit of white. Never mind. I think it could have been darker in here too, in general, in the shadow. But yeah, that's great. It's tough to do with marker. Oh, this is Linda again. Sorry. And then we've got Igor Mylan. Wow, holy crap. These are gorgeous. This is really beautiful. I don't know, man. The light feels awesome in these. I feel like you nailed this nighttime feeling here with the street light or the parking light. Is this watercolor or just ink? Damn. Okay. Yeah. This one I feel like, yeah, you could have darkened up some of this stuff. And yeah, this area here could be figured out where the cars were parked. Maybe connecting this shadow over the parked cars to the ground, because let's see. Oh, maybe not. It does connect right there at the end, and then it goes down. Or at least like bringing this ground shadow up to meet the outlines, like here. So this shadow comes up and it just leaves a little sliver of highlight on the top of the cars. So you could come up here. And then, yeah, it's beautiful though. Nice. Wow, this is so dramatic. This set, I feel like, is really, really working. Okay. Okay, and then this is Igor. And let me refresh this one more time. Yeah, man, you guys are kicking ass. You're really nailing it. This from yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Alright guys, if that's it, anybody else uploading? Nope, yep. Cool. I think that's it. So we'll be back here in hopefully by 2. We'll see. Kirk is kind of he has problems with tardiness sometimes, but we'll be back here. Thanks again for coming in, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Awesome work.